Hello everyone. Here I am standing here at the front door, the main entrance to our church. And a lot of you have not been able to walk through these doors in a while, but come this Sunday, we're going to start reopening the church. And many of you over the course of this coming week will be able to re-enter the church and come in for a time of worship. And we're very excited about that. And we're so looking forward to seeing each and every one of you, but we wanted to walk you through here so you kind of know what to expect when you get here at this time that your service has been scheduled. So when you walk up, you'll notice we have the service schedule here that we've told you about, the different age groups and when they meet. That'll be here on the door of the church. Also, we have our safety guidelines that we're going to have in place for our church services. So as you come up here, you can read these, look over them, and see the things that we're trying to do to keep everybody safe. And that is the number one priority, is to keep everybody safe during this time. So let's walk in and let's see what we have set up for you so you can kind of see how things will look when you come in. As you walk into the foyer here, you'll notice that we have some seating here on the pews that sit out here in the foyer. We have them taped off, so if there's a need for overflow and people need to sit here, we have blue tape that will separate each person so they sit on each end of the pew. So don't sit on the blue tape. The tape is where you do not want to sit. That's marked off as an area that we don't want anybody sitting in, so be sure and sit on either end of the tape if you have to come out here for overflow. And then over here we have our sanitizer, our little hand sanitizing station, and we have our Germ-X here and sanitizer. And you can, as you come in, if you want to stop here first before you get in and sanitize your hands. And then as you come out, if you wanted to stop by and do it one more time, but we want to be sure that you're able to use these as needed. These are here for the use of all the people who come in for the services, and we think that's important. So we encourage that as you come in. After you sanitize your hands, we ask that you would go ahead and come on into the sanctuary, even if you get here early, because we really want to try to keep this area open without anybody standing around or talking or visiting. So when you come in, go to the sanitizing station and then come right on in here to the sanctuary and find a place to sit. Now, when you walk in, you'll notice that we're going to have, and they're not here yet, they're going to be put up tomorrow, but we'll have right here a collection box. And you can put your tithe and your offering here in the collection box. There'll be one on each side of the sanctuary door. And so you can do that when you first walk in, or if you want to do it when you leave, because we want to actually be having a time in the service where we receive offering or pass the plate. So be sure and know that those collection boxes will be here so you can give your tithe and offering when you come in for your time of service that you're scheduled to be here. Now, when you walk into the sanctuary, you'll notice that some of the pews have a strip of blue tape on them. These are the pews that we have marked off that we do not want anyone to sit in. We're trying to create space between each pew so we can keep safe distance between each other as we're here worshiping together. So you'll notice that pew is open, and you'll notice that this one's closed off. This one's open. So basically every other pew is available to sit in. Now, when you come in, obviously we're encouraging families to sit together. That's really a must, because we want to be sure families sit together. And be sure that if you sit here and somebody else comes in and sits over there, that we're keeping that safe distance. We want to use the 6-foot rule that they're using everywhere else. We have to practice that 6-foot safety rule and keeping our distance from one another while we come in and while we're seated here in the sanctuary. So if you'll come on up here, I'll show you, and the camera operator, which is my wife, can show you the pews. And maybe you see the pew you normally sit in, and you're like, oh man, it's closed off. But you'll just have to find the one closest by. Temporarily, we hope this is how things will be. Now, when you come down to the front, I just want to remind you that, the altar area is closed. We're asking everybody to stay in the pews throughout the service. So unfortunately, we're not able to approach the pulpit or come down in the altars for a time of prayer. And that's a tough decision to have to make, but being that we're in the situation we're in, trying to stay safe, the altars and the altar area will be temporarily closed off for, the next few weeks or however how long we need to do that to be sure that things are going well. I do want to remind you that our services, typically we put them online on our live stream, but what we're going to do is we're going to do that once a week. We'll do it on Saturday night during the Saturday night service at 6 o'clock. We'll do the live stream of that service once a week on Saturday night. So there won't be a live stream on Sunday like we've been doing, or Wednesday. That live stream service will strictly be on Saturday night. So if you don't make it to the services, you're not able to come for whatever reason, remember Saturday night is the time to watch live stream. And remember, we only have the preaching, so it'll probably be 6:15, 6:20 when that live stream begins for that Saturday night service. Now, another key thing that we have to remember is how we dismiss. Remember, I asked when you come into the church to please go ahead and come on in and find a place to sit, because we don't want anybody congregating in the foyer. So when you are ready to dismiss, what I'm going to do is I will allow those who are sitting at the back of the church to begin to get up and be dismissed. I'll do it orderly, and I'll announce it from the pulpit when it's time for us to dismiss. But if you're sitting at the back, I will give instructions for those who are sitting on this side towards the back to go ahead and begin to be dismissed. I'll work my way down this side. Once everybody on this side has exited, then I'll come over here to this side and let these at the back exit, and I'll work my way down towards the front so that we can safely have a dismissal where everybody's not trying to get up and leave at the same time. And so when you do leave, be sure that as you walk out the door, through the sanctuary here, to just go on out to the main door and head outside. You try not to stop in the foyer to visit or talk. Be sure to move on out to the main entrance, and so we can be sure we keep the foyer clear and safe distance for everyone to be able to exit upon dismissal of the service. Just wanted to show you and let you know kind of what we're doing, that we're taking this seriously and trying to put every safety measure in place to keep our church clean and healthy and safe. And we want to come here and worship and have a great time together. Remember that our cleaning staff is going to be disinfecting the pews. They'll be wiping the wood down, and they'll be cleaning the knobs and handles of the doors, and they'll also be cleaning the restrooms, disinfecting those after each service. Again, if you want to wear a face mask, we encourage you to do so. It's not mandatory, it's optional, but if you'd like to, we encourage that. And so any steps that we can take as a church or as individuals, we want to do that. And I ask everybody to take these measures seriously and try to remember it's not just for our own safety, but it's for the safety of those around us. And one last thing, I do want to emphasize that we have dedicated Sunday morning, 11 a.m., as a service for our seniors. And we want to be sure that we designate that service strictly for our seniors. So, if your spouse is coming and you're maybe not in your 60s, but your spouse may be, you can still come together to that service. But we're trying to be sure that people understand that that's a designated service for that senior group. And really all of them are designated for age groups, and we want to try to stick to that as much as possible. But thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you starting this weekend. God bless you.